All right.
Oh, oh.
Wrapping up the whip tongue.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a weird error I kept getting.
What were you getting? Like
I
it just wouldn't let you start the event, or
I sent it to you, Varian, but yeah, it's like, yeah.
an ultra? I love what it says. You've caught an ultra rare error. Okay.
Don't question, just accept.
I mean, I guess.
It's probably our fault. I wonder if the servers in your area are kind of going wonky.
Maybe. Hmm. I'm also wondering something
What you wondering?
about the join that happened recently.
Oh, you're talking about everybody that joined?
No, 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 not that one. The
Oh.
one that didn't have an invite.
Oh, that
I'm gonna put that there first.
forget how you do it, but you can what's her name? You know,
Mhm.
Vale, whenever they invite people to servers, they don't use like an invite. It's like through another program. And when you do it like that, it doesn't generate an invite code. Instead, it just generates like a link that people can just directly join off of.
Oh, I
Because that
see.
would happen all the time back when, we were running Resurgence, the
Mhm.
semi-realism server. Whenever somebody would be invited by Bale or anybody of that group, instead of like showing an invite, it would just say, "Hey, they joined."
Mhm. All right.
Arch, I'm interested to see if this will actually work out.
Oh.
I hope so.
Which one are you using for reference?
Me for colors? Or
Yeah, color reference.
here, I'll just send it to you. If I can scroll all the way back up. All my folders are open on Discord for some reason. It's like close all that so I can easily move around. There. Little on the nose, no pun
Hmm.
intended, but it's a pretty good color scheme, gotta admit.
I can see some spots where you're gonna have to edit it slightly,
Mm-hmm.
like around the neck and torso a little bit.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, why are you using Yahoo computer? Don't use Yahoo.
Ugh, Yahoo. Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that every
Oh.
single time after I use the CC cleaner. It
That's like
swaps it over to Yahoo for some reason. It's just like, why are
that's
you
like
doing
hearing
this?
that somebody uses Bing.
Yeah, I'd rather it do Yahoo than Bing, but
Oof.
You'll have to share your screen one day whenever you do that, and I can probably pinpoint why it swaps it.
Mhm.
gotcha. This is actually a pretty good reference. I'm just gonna go ahead. Look at that!
Oh,
Little baby anteater.
Aw.
There's also somebody else I wanted to use. First, I think I'll grab this image. This is also
okay,
fairly
another
good just
reference of the
now.
same creature or a different creature?
Same animal.
Hmm.
Oh, I found babies. Baby
Um,
kittens. But still, babies. Small.
see here. Okay, this little guy might come in handy too.
Oh, yeah. What is up with his tail?
Oh, it's hairless or nearly hairless.
Well, I don't know. I meant like kind of the kink going on there.
Oh, that I don't know.
Too many battle.
I got stepped on as a child.
Probably.
Not as a child.
Liner back on.
Hmm.
Person's. Whoa, that's no. There. Why are you not do that? The big meaty claws.
There you go, Perion.
Such a small little kitten.
Because he was the runt of his litter.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, are y'all getting a new cat?
No. This was. Let me look back.
Oh,
Uh,
I was about to say, y'all already have like what, four?
16? 7 years ago?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. They were
That's a
just so
pretty big
little.
gap. 16 to 7. Oh, no, you mean 2016. My bad.
No.
Yeah, don't worry. For a second there, I
I
thought
was
that she
like,
meant like
yeah.
literally 16 years ago. I was like,
Yeah, I was
okay,
like,
wow.
wait.
I was probably certain I said 2016.
Mine did a double take on that one.
No, wait, what? Yes.
Just a little bit of a double
Yeah.
take.
Matt was tiny, and he's still tiny.
Small.
There you go. Let me. Those are my mom's cats. But yes. They were just so little.
I'll have a look after the stream.
All good.
Thinking, so for the fur color, it's like the giant ant, kind of sorta. But for the rest of it, why not take inspiration from its Mandua?
Sure.
Let's see how this looks. That's going to be pain because I'm going to have to go around all that fur. Oh well.
Spain without the S.
Actually, hold on. I'll just lump all that into one layer.
It's just one of those memes where for me, I've got to sit there for a second, like think about what someone said. I'm like, all right, which letter did they take out and which one are they saying?
Yes. uh,
Somebody the other day they did that, but they said without the N. I was like, really?
Spain without the N.
Yeah,
Was that it? Yeah.
Spay. There's nothing.
or was it Smokey did it in the mod chat? Spain without the A.
I've actually used the spin one a couple times.
You have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
What did I use? I used it in recently.
Yeah.
Oh, it was whenever I was playing Monster Hunter World and I was Hammer. And whenever you're on a
Yeah.
slope and you let go of the charge button, you just start spinning.
Very good.
I actually just took out that Anjanef. So I did before stream.
Very good.
So,
He
Oh,
advances.
excuse me.
what?
He advances.
Advances, yes. I've been doing optionals. I could not sleep last night. Thanks because, it was the final time that we were going to be out at the old house. So just all those memories were flooding back. So I was up until 7 something in the morning, just unable to sleep.
Yeah, I've been there.
Honestly, at around 5, I just kind of like gave up. Like, you know what? I might as well like hop on Ark or hop on Monster Hunter real quick. At least get a little more breeding done,
Hmm.
progress in the story a little bit more. No reason, I realize I'm doing all this all wrong. Uh, you know what?
Surprised you're awake, especially after you and your dad were doing so much earlier that day.
Well, we were going to try to just do the fur again afterwards. We were going to try to get that refrigerator moved, but it was just too much of a hassle, so we just wound up leaving it. Which I mean, it's no biggie. Honestly, like the only reason why I kind of wanted it was because of the ice and water dispenser that it had, but eh, no big loss. I forget. Did you say it was all right if I talked about the base genome for this guy last time, or did you say that was a no go because people still have to guess it?
No, base genomes are publicly available.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Duh.
It's everything
Well,
else you have to be kind of hush hush
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm going to be completely honest. I only remember the first two base genomes of this guy right now. So, yeah, leave me alone. I'm eepy, kind of. Um, so the base genome. Let me try it again. Uh, yeah, Arch stream number 4. Arch has a strong midstream. Um,
Whoops. Whoops, all strokes.
yeah, the base genome of this guy is Brachiosuchus, which is a Sebekid crocodilian, which is the Sebekids are an order of, I think they're true crocodiles. Let me double check that. It'd be the Usukians, but the oh no, I take that back. They're Notosuchians. So they're more closely related to things like Siamasuchus and Anabasuchus and all those weirdos from the Cretaceous, which is where the Sebekids got their start. I believe the oldest known species is called Ogresuchus, which was found in um, Spin with an A, Spain.
Very good.
um, I,
You're really gonna hurt my brain with that.
yeah, good.
Oh.
um, if memory serves, I'll have to have a look at it again later. But I think Ogresuchus was found at a sauropod nesting site, and it was hypothesized that Ogresuchus, or at least this particular individual, was being opportunistic and hunting at the nesting site. Picking off babies, eating eggs, things like that. In sauropods, they probably didn't really take care of their young, if they took care of their young at all. Um, you know, after they hatched. But obviously the name Ogresuchus means ogre croc, which is kind of interesting for an animal that's only a couple feet in length. I don't question it. I just accept. Let me see. Oh yeah, it was named in 2020. Here, I'll go ahead and post a picture of what they've got of Ogresuchus here in chat. So all the lovely, lovely people who will be seeing this. Now, see how much we have of the little guy. So yeah, we don't have a whole lot, but we have enough, which is more than I can say for a lot of extinct animals. But the Sebecids as a group survived the KPG mass extinction, probably because they were small and more or less generalists. But after the mass extinction, that's when they really kind of took things into stride and mass extinction, all the dinosaurs are gone. So mammals are going to be the top predators now, right? No, the Sebecids pretty much said free. No, more like under new management, because they quickly took over the role of apex predator in many parts of the world. I believe a species that was named this year, Durantasuchus, was also a Sebecid croc, which is from France, and it and the later Barinasuchus, which is from South America, are both contenders for the largest terrestrial carnivore of the Cenozoic. Like fully terrestrial carnivore of the Cenozoic, which is surprising to think about because you think, oh, Cenozoic, the age of mammals, when good portions of the Cenozoic Earth were still dominated by a reptile or two. The Bredisuchus, however, if memory serves, we don't know a whole lot about Bredisuchus. We just have Bredisuchus. There it is. Bredisuchus. It's not that. Okay, I say it's not that big, but it's roughly 4 meters long, so somewhere around 12, 13 feet in length. It's a decent sized animal. Especially for one that lived in the Paleocene, which is like right after the extinction event that wiped out the dinosaur. But the Sebecids as a whole are, at least to me, a fairly interesting clade because unlike modern crocodilians, these guys were fully terrestrial. Their legs were straight underneath their bodies, so they didn't walk with a sprawled gait like modern crocodiles and alligators do. These things would be walking and running to an extent like mammals and dinosaurs. Another interesting thing about the Sebecids is the fact that a lot of them have what are called zyphodont teeth, which means their teeth are blade-like. So you think of a crocodile, and their teeth, modern crocs, their teeth are relatively conical, with I think very little to no serrations. Whereas the Sebecids, like Bredisuchus, like Barinasuchus, their teeth, again, they were zyphodont, which means that they were more along the lines of, say, a shark, or I guess for a lack of a better, well-known creature would be, I guess, Allosaurus or Carcharodontosaurus or Giga, which is also fairly interesting because you don't think of crocodiles as being fully terrestrial hunters, yet here we are. We've got things that are fully terrestrial hunters running around on the land for a good 20 million years. No, 40 million years, because I think Barinasuchus, which was the last and, again, one of the largest of the Sebecids, could grow to be, I think it was like 20 some odd feet long. I'll have to find a picture of, there's a size chart I've seen multiple times over. The largest carnivores of the Cenozoic era. It's got things like polar bear. I think Smilodon populador is on there, the big saber-tooth species from South America. I think Simbacubua is on there, the big hyenodont from Africa. that was named a couple years ago. Um, Andrewsarchus is on there. A species called Para-Entelodon, I believe. It's either Para-Entelodon or Daedon that's on there. So you got your big Whippomorphs on there too. You can't leave out the hell pigs, otherwise you'll be burned at the stake and then eaten by the hell pigs. But that's an entirely different point. Um, Megalania is on there. I don't think Titanoboa is on there simply because Titanoboa was more of an aquatic hunter. Last I remember hearing, it's been hypothesized that Titanoboa had. I guess the only thing that I can really, the only thing I can really compare it to would be, how in like retro art, sauropods are always shown as being swamp dwellers because their bodies were too, supposedly too massive to hold them out of the water. That's kind of what Titanoboa had going on. It was just too heavy for its body type, so it had to stay in the water for at least a good portion of the time. Uh, but yeah, the Sebekids died out with Barenasuchus, I want to say somewhere around 20 million years ago during the Miocene period. Maybe even no, Miocene. And I believe, if memory serves, they were kind of did in by the changing environment as their forested homes became more and more open grassland. It's just, the environment just was not suitable for them. These big ambush predators that, could probably hide fairly well in, dense jungles and forests and the like. And of course, again, all that turns to grassland, and they just couldn't adapt quick enough. So they just kind of poofed. But the interesting thing is that they didn't like live together, like coexist in the same formations and whatnot, same areas. But Barenasuchus was around at the same time Kalenkin was, roughly. So just imagine if the two of them ever did wind up meeting. Sorry for going on the tangent there. I just love Sedekids.
It's
They're
okay.
really cool. We need more representation of it through media. Because I think outside of technically the whip tongue here, we don't have any other Sebekids that'll be popping up in any paleo media soon, which again, I think is a shame. It's a right shame that we don't have any of those things in media. I think the closest thing we've gotten was the Pristachampsis, now called Boverasuchus, in Primeval. Which, for those of you who don't know what Primeval is, it's early mid 2000. I think it went. Aperion, do you remember how long Primeval went for?
No, but I can look it up real quick.
Alrighty.
It also cut out after you said early to mid 2000s.
Oh, just trying to remember how long that series was going on. Because I know after the main series kind of fell off, we got New World, which instead of taking place mainly in London, took.
2007 to 2011.
Wow, okay.
It's actually really, really long
Yeah, that's
runtime.
a fairly long runtime, yeah. I mean, they've got like, what, 6, 7 seasons?
I think it's 6. I think.
Something, yeah, it's again, stupidly long runtime for a show like that. It's a good show, at least in the first few seasons, from what I remember, but I'm still a little low-key upset that it's the reason why we never got a second season of Prehistoric Park. But yeah, basically, they had a Pristachampsis, again, now called Boverasuchus, running around in England after I guess, a time portal from the Paleocene or what Eocene, whenever Bavarosuchus was around.
Got another
Which shows
tangent
how.
you can go on.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. I have another tangent for you to go on.
Oh. Oh. My bad. Sorry.
So, of course, you're talking about Bredisuchus and its related family and whatnot, but how does Bredisuchus relate to things like Caprosuchus, which is also present in Wake?
Um. So Caprosuchus is a member of a family of crocs called the Mahajongasuchidae, which is one hell of a mouthful. um, if memory serves, I'll have to double check this, but Caprosuchus is, I think it's also another. Hold on, it might be another family of the. Oh no. Okay, okay. So Sebecids, all living crocs, and a whole bunch of other different lineages are members of a clade called the Neosuchia, which means you have the new crocs. Um, and it says here, oh, no, it's a 2009 study. Oh, okay, here we go. So, as I mentioned earlier, Bredisuchus, Varanasuchus, and Sebecids are all parts of the Nodosuchia. The Mahajongasuchidae is another family within the Nodosuchia, far, on the opposite side of the family tree almost. But they are indeed members of the Nodosuchia, which is actually really interesting. Okay. Contrary to how it's been shown in things like Primeval, Arc, oh God, Arc, the Arc Capros. Whenever I think of an Arc Capro, the first thing that comes to my mind is that very blurry image of the guy on the back of the Pteranodon, and that Capro is just going for him. Let me see if I can
We've all been
find
there.
that. God, it's something else. But again, unlike shown in media like that, Caprosuchus would not have been a fully terrestrial hunter, which is a shame because something like Caprosuchus galloping at you would be a terrifying sight. Oh, here it is. Um, I'll just send it to you, Aperion, and you can post it in chat if you
Okay.
please. But it is thought now that Caprosuchus, like Mahajongasuchus, which is a related species from the End Cretaceous of Madagascar. Sorry, that image gets me every time.
Just like wheeze.
um, but yeah, like Mahajongasuchus, which would have lived alongside Majungasaurus, Rapidosaurus, or Hanavus. Again, very tail end of the Cretaceous in Madagascar, whereas Caprosuchus lived in North Africa. I believe it's only been found in Niger. I could be wrong. Yes, Niger. So this thing lived alongside Suchomimus, Sarcosuchus, Ouranosaurus, some fairly famous creatures there. Um, that's 112 million years ago. So we've got a nearly 50 million year gap between Caprosuchus and Mahajongasuchus. Gotta love ghost lineages, I guess. Yeah, those guys would have been semi-aquatic ambush predators. From what I remember from Mahajongasuchus, um, their limbs weren't exactly completely upright, but they weren't kind of sprawled in the same way modern crocs are. They were kind of like a weird in between.
So it's not like what you see in Arc where they're directly below it.
No, no, it'd be more like, oh, what is the term called? There's a term for when crocodiles and alligators. I think it's called the high walk.
Yeah, the high walk that they do.
Yeah, Yeah, that's more or less how Caprosuchus and Mahajungasuchus would have been moving around, except probably more or less all the time. So, like that lovely gent. I hope he looked both ways.
Large.
Chunky.
Having lived
Which is
around them, no, they don't care.
actually speaking, saying large reminds me, Caprosuchus is also not as large as Mediolite believe. You see in Arc and in Primeval, the things are absolutely massive. They got to be like 20 some odd, 30 some odd feet long in Primeval. Okay, sure they probably upsized it for Primeval, but that all stems from the original estimates of Caprosuchus, because all we have of Caprosuchus is the skull. That is literally all we have of Caprosuchus. Everything else that we know about Caprosuchus has been inferred from Mahajungasuchus, which is, again, its closest known relative, and a fairly complete one at that. Caprosuchus was more likely within the 10 to 12 foot range, maybe a little bit larger than that. But again, not as big as media leads you to believe. So probably not as big, or probably not big enough for you to ride on, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, probably for the best. Do you want me to go on to the other Crocs that we've got in the roster?
Do we have more? Oh
Yeah, we
wait,
got
we
two
do.
more.
Oh, we sure
Yeah,
do, actually. Yeah, never
yeah.
mind. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me.
I feel bad. I forgot about them. I
I'm gonna
think it's
double
because
check.
they don't have a design yet, so
Yeah,
they're just them.
I'm gonna double check and make sure I've got the right species in mind for. I think it's the tier 3 survival.
Make
Okay,
sure I
yeah,
changed it because I'm
yeah, you
pretty
did.
sure I did. Okay, good.
Yeah. So for our tier 3 survivalist, our base genome is the wonderful, wonderful pancake croc. So we've gone from boar croc to pancake croc, which is called Laganosuchus. It is a member of a family of crocs called the Stomatosuchids, which I believe originally didn't you have Stomatosuchus itself as the base genome for the tier
That
3?
was, yeah, when I was first building the trees, that one was the one that was there originally.
Yeah. There's Laganosuchus. Went ahead and posted it in chat. This guy's roughly around the same size as a modern Nile crocodile, maybe a decent sized saltwater croc. But these guys are very interesting. Around 20, 23 feet, yeah, maybe a little bit smaller. But these guys were very interesting when it comes to crocs, where, okay, things like modern crocs, you think of a crocodile, you think of an ambush predator waiting in line at the water's edge for things like, large bodied animals to come down and take a drink. That might have happened with things like Caprosuchus. And the other guy we'll get into, who's very well known, but Laganosuchus was quite literally not built for that. Laganosuchus and other Stomatosuchids are they were more than likely fish eaters. And what they would do is that they would wait in a spot and they would wait for like schooling fish to come by. And when they did, they would wait for them to, they would have their mouths open in the water. So think of like an alligator snapping turtle. Yes, that was something I was going to get into. God, that image. I love that image so much.
It's so great.
It's so great.
I can't find the original. That one's the one that's on Pinterest, but yeah, that
Oh,
image is so
here.
great.
I think I've got it somewhere. I love how The caption here is involuntary aerial capabilities in the Middle Cretaceous crocodiliform Laganosuchus. Oh my god. But yeah, as you can see in that picture there, yeah, Laganosuchus lived alongside Spinosaurus, which I'm sure that one there is very much not happy with.
Yep. Sorry, Shifty. I would have told you about that if I knew you didn't know.
Let's see if I can find it. I could have sworn it was sworn someone here on DeviantArt. That image on DeviantArt. It's either on DeviantArt or on Twitter. If I find it, I find it. If I don't, I don't. But yeah, how these guys would have hunted would have been akin to an alligator snapping turtle. They would have had their mouths open in the water. Now, we don't know if they had like the little kind of a tongue thing that alligator snapping turtles have. They probably didn't, knowing how crocodiles are, how archosaur tongues are, where they're kind of fixed on the
Oh my gosh, they turned that image into a button.
What?
oh, that's amazing. I need this.
I
I
don't
really
think, well,
need
this
this.
obviously is, not a picture of it in real life, but that's the concept of what they wanted on the button.
Very good.
Ah, that's amazing. Yeah, no modern day crocodilians have a kind of lore like that, so it's very unlikely that Laganosuchus and Stomatosuchus, which, as we said earlier, was going to be the base genome for the tier 3. They probably didn't have those. The larger ones I have heard, the larger crocodilians like Stomatus or members of the family like Stomatosuchus, I've heard a very interesting hypothesis as to how they hunted. Where, again, things like the Gondasuchus probably were waiting for fish to come to them. Stomatosuchus, which, for size reference, would be nearly 30 feet long, if not more than that. We don't know a whole lot about Stomatosuchus because it shared the same curse that Spinosaurus and Carcharodontosaurus did, where they found the remains were described, and then they were consecutively blown up in World War II. But it's from what I remember hearing, it was thought that Stomatosuchus might have actually lunge fed like baleen whales, which is very, very interesting if you ask me. So, and I guess I could see Laganosuchus doing the same thing too. Maybe, maybe not. But ignore the black void that the voidness into the detail right now. It'll all make sense. There's a method to my madness.
Is there though?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
But yeah, this guy Laganosuchus would have been living with Spinosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, um, Corella Titan, all those famous Cretaceous African dinosaurs that lived on the River of Giants. I think Rugops would have been there as well. It would have shared the waterways with giant coelacanth Mawsonia, Oncopristis, the huge saw shark, giant lungfish, freshwater plesiosaurs, other crocodilomorphs, again, like Stomatosuchus. River of Giants really earns its name.
Archway.
Yes.
I says, correct me if I'm wrong, but Arch wasn't Rugops a scavenger to an extent.
Um, when it comes to that whole Rugops being a scavenger thing, I think that was just like perpetuated originally by what's called Monsters Resurrected. where they did an episode on Spinosaurus, and they they really turned this thing into Godzilla in that show. There's several sequences of it just one-shotting Carcharodontosaurs, literally tearing the throat out of a Sarcosuchus, hunting a young Paralititan, and then attacking an adult, if memory serves. It's something. But Rugops, like many modern day carnivores, was probably an opportunistic animal. So, say, I remember in Planet Dinosaur, there's that sequence there of Spinosaurus hunting Onchopristis as the saw sharks make their way up the river, and it catches one, and these like grizzly bears, they catch more than they can eat. So the Rugops comes in, starts eating from one of the catches. Um, I could see that, but again, that wouldn't be like its only sort of lifestyle. Because at the time, abelisaurs, they weren't the dominant predators of their ecosystems. They were still very much in the shadow of the large Carcharodontosaurs. So they would have been mid game hunters. So things like ornithopods, maybe smaller, younger sauropods, obviously depending on the genus. Abelisaurs themselves, as a group, I believe, though this might just be Majungasaurus and its close kin, um, they had a very specific way of hunting, where instead of bone crushing bites like the Tyrannosaurs, or literally death by 1,000 cuts like the Carcharodontosaurs and other hunters like that, they actually employed a killing technique that is very well documented today in big cats: suffocation. They would have clamped their jaws around the necks of their victim, and just the pressure and like all those teeth making sure that the prey can't really get away. Slowly, they would have suffocated the animal. I remember hearing, I think it was Majungasaurus, like its bite force, or the bites of Majungasaurus itself was being compared to like a pit bull for some reason. But I don't. Yeah, that's more or less the ecosystem our lovely, lovely friend Laganosuchus lived in. And of course, for the creme de la creme of the croc line, we have everyone's favorite giant alligator, Deinosuchus. And of course, that guy needs no introduction. Everybody at this point knows Deinosuchus, whether it be from art, whether it be from the Isle, or if you're really, really old, prehistoric park. Uh, I'm still a little bit salty about Primeval taking the spotlight, because they had been running at the same time for a good portion of. Well, okay, so Prehistoric Park and Primeval both ran at the same time, but after season 1, yeah, Prehistoric Park is really nice. So I'm tabbing back and forth while looking for things. Okay, here we go. Here is. Actually, I think this was done just a few months or a few weeks ago. Oh no, it was published yesterday. So yeah, you can see all sorts of extinct and extant crocodilomorphs. You've got Deinosuchus, Sarcosuchus, Capro, Laganosuchus. I think we have like is Barina in there? Saurosuchus. Oh, that sucks. Barinosuchus is not in there. You don't have any Sebekids on here. It's a shame. Oh, Saurosuchus is there though. Interesting.
Armadillosuchus.
Yes, the little boy, the little man. Gotta love Nodosukins. They were something. They were definitely something. They really branched out. In fact, I believe the formation that Armadillosuchus is from, a good portion of the terrestrial fauna is just Nodosukins of various different species, including Sebecids. Because there's Armadillosuchus, there was oh, I can see it. Saltriasuchus, I think is what it was called, and a few other species like that. And these guys are living alongside, sauropods and allosaurs. I think it might be in that same formation where Armadillosuchus is known from, where Spectrovinator, which is a small abelisaur that had, for lack of a better term, a Chad chin. How is this looking so far, Perion?
I'm letting you do your thing.
Oh, okay.
You're looking good though.
Alrighty. Yeah, I want
I
to
know that
touch.
all you've really done is kind of outline the fur so far and get the scales prepped.
Yeah, I think as far as the scales go, that might just be what I do because these guys they kind of have they don't really have any eye-catching patterns other than some parts like on the stripe here on the giant anteater and this coloration here along the head and the neck of the Tamandua, which I think I might replicate for the scales on him.
Remember too that when you say like this, your mouse is off by like a quarter of the screen from where you're saying.
Shh, I totally,
We can see where your paintbrush is, but not where your mouse is accurately.
I totally didn't forget about that. No, not me.
No, not at all.
That,
Ice. Don't bully the dev team.
no, bully us more. We know it's all in good fun most of the time.
No.
What?
I said you want me to try to get the master bully of the team on here? No. We get to deal with her after this. I mean, she can come in, yes, but bully, no.
So wait, who are you talking
A Smokey.
about? Okay, I thought so. Wasn't sure. Leave me alone. Fight me. Heckin' fight me.
When and where?
Free. I will go for your ankles and will gnaw them away. I'll be like the ziffs that I've got in my Arc server. On the Arc server. Jeez. Chainsaw ziffs.
All right, Arch, you want to take up that payment? Be my guest.
Dude, if I could help with that, you know I would.
Nah, you're good.
Let's see here. Yeah, I guess Dynasty this doesn't really need an introduction. It's that big. Oh, what the hell?
Whoa.
No way. That was
Oh.
the selection thing. I have to click the eraser, not that. It's the big giant alligator that everybody knows and loves, and at the same time gets scared of all the time because you get gatored.
Get gatered.
Have you not played the Isle since they added Dinosuchus 8?
No.
That's literally what it is. You go anywhere on the old map of Spiro, take a drink, you're gonna get gatored.
Or do the gator in.
It's just literal grab and go.
Uh,
Gold color.
Actually, no, I think that's
Oh,
accurate, Ice.
huh?
He said he learned about Sarcosuchus first before Deinosuchus, but he thinks he spelled Deinosuchus wrong.
No, you got it right.
Yeah.
Both of them are right. Yeah, that's how I was too. Like I remember. Okay, so I had a book when I was younger. Actually, I think I still have it somewhere. But it's got a page of extinct crocodilomorphs and crocodile relatives. So it's got Metriorhynchus, it's got Protosuchus, it's got I think Ornithosuchus is on there too, which that's obviously now outdated. Um, and then instead of having Dinosuchus, it has Phobosuchus, which is an older name for Dinosuchus because they thought they had multiple different um, genera because Deinosuchus has got one hell of a range. Its range extends from both sides of the Western Interior Sea, and on the Laraminian side, so the Western states, its range goes from Texas or Mexico all the way up to, I believe, Montana and Alberta. And then we've got fossils from the other side of the Western Interior, say the Appalachian side, from Mississippi, I believe, Alabama, New Jersey. They had one hell of a range. And more recently, I think it was actually shortly after they implemented it into the Isle, um, Deinosuchus was split because originally there was Deinosuchus hatcheri, which in 2020, I believe, was deemed um, too fragmentary to be like an actual genus. But so now we have Deinosuchus rugosus, which was originally under the genus of Polychaetodon, which is is a pliosaur. And then we've got, again, what I had been told was Phobosuchus, which is now Deinosuchus riograndensis. And then the baby of the Deinosuchus genus, Deinosuchus schwimmeri, which was named in 2020. Trying to see. Yeah, here we go. Deinosuchus was present on both sides of the Western Interior Seaway. Specimens have been described from 10 U.S. states, those being Utah, Montana, Wyoming, New Mexico, Texas, which is all on the Laraminian side. And on the Appalachian side, you have New Jersey, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and North Carolina. So it has been hypothesized in the past that this is evidence that Deinosuchus had adaptations like
Hey, Arch, before you get too much further, scroll out. Nah. Take the fur that's on the head, put it back to black.
okay.
Yeah, that helps the orange on the back pop way more. and look like its own thing instead of just being melded with the fur on the head.
Gotcha. But there was a theory that had been proposed by Deinosuchus, and we still don't know if it's true or not. But it was hypothesized that Deinosuchus might have had adaptations like modern saltwater crocodiles do, where they had adaptations to go into salt water and stay in salt water for longer periods of time. Which, if that's the case, could potentially mean that Deinosuchus might have had interactions with Mosasaur out in the open seaway. Whereas, okay, mosasaurs in a more recent study, and I think all marine reptiles, except for ichthyosaurs, funny enough, were found to have had to go into fresh water. I think every week or so is what the study had proposed. Because unlike ichthyosaurs, and unlike I believe, I don't think saltwater crocodiles have them. But marine iguanas have them. Salt glands. So unlike them,
Arch.
they can't. What?
They do.
Oh, saltwater crocodiles do.
They have salt
Okay.
glands.
Okay. I thought so. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I literally just looked it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to confirm what Ice was saying. Yeah, they do. They have salt glands.
Okay. I'm going to really quickly outline that part of the fur. I'm going to have to go AFK really quick.
All good.
Hey, BRB. Enjoy Whip Tongue so far.
Yes. Alright, Ice. I'll see you in a little bit.
Alrighty. Oh, already gone. Never mind.
Well, either way.
He's so quick.
Poof.
Yeah, he always just messages and he's just immediately gone as soon as he hits enter.
Gotta go fast.
Then again, though, I'm one to talk.
Right.
When I'm getting out of BCM, I was like, bye, click.
I think I did that the other day and I didn't mean to be so fast. I was like, oh no.
I don't even think we heard you say anything when you left.
I was like, alright, bye.
It only picked up the, all right. And then, click.
Yeah, I was like, wait, that was a little too fast.
You're becoming like me. I'm rubbing off on you.
Mm-hmm. I was like, maybe I should join back to say bye. It's like, no, then
Nah,
that would be awkward.
you're good. We already get that you were leaving.
Yeah.
Let's see how much. Okay, we got 1 hour left.
Mm-hmm. After this, I will be doing other moderation shenanigans and then arc. Excuse me. So we can get to breeding stuffs.
Finally.
Yes.
Hmm. I'm waiting to see what Arch does.
Hmm?
I'm waiting to see what Arch does. So I know
Mm.
what he's going for, but I don't feel like it's going to transfer over to his style very well.
Well, we shall see.
Yeah. Because a lot of what's going on here with this is that he has Cass's line art over it, which is adding a
Mm-hmm.
lot of detail. But I'm pretty sure once that's gone, it's not going to look as good.
Right.
So as much as he doesn't want to add pattern to it, he might actually have to.
Mm-hmm. Depends on how it turns out, though, too. Might be not a lot.
Yeah, well, the one area that needs something right now is
Mm-hmm.
the tail. The
Yeah.
tail has like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the chest and head, if you just do some shading work on it, it'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing going on back there.
Yes.
Actually, is this the first skin that's being done for Whiptail? Let's see.
I think so.
Pretty sure it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody else has done a skin for him. One. Nope, there are no existing skins for him.
I see.
We double check. Let me make sure Cass didn't make one a while back. Pretty sure she didn't, though. I think she
Mm-mm.
just made the art and that was it. Yep, just the art. All right, cool. Kind of fitting that Arch is the one to make it, though,
Mm-hmm.
considering that the creature this thing evolves into is his creation.
Mm-mm.
Oh, before I forget, do you need me there for the meeting?
Uh, might be good to have you there for revision stuffs.
All right.
Obviously not necessarily, but you're not on the moderation team, so a little extra input would help.
Yep.
Oop. What do you want, sir? What?
I heard that.
What? What?
Is it Kitty that's fussing at you or someone else?
Oliver.
Ollie
What?
boy.
What do you want? What?
No, I heard that too.
He's a little girly boy. Uh,
He wants attention.
he does want attention. He's been demanding attention lately because he's been screaming like Kitty does.
Picked up a bad habit.
Ugh.
I was about to do something.
Boop,
What in
boop.
the world was I about to do?
I don't know. What were you gonna
I don't know. This
do?
happens so often.
Let's
I think I
see.
was going to message somebody. I can't remember what I was going to message them though. Hmm.
I can type properly. There we go. No, okay. Took Discord a moment.
Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry
Welcome
about
back.
that. Something.
All is
Kill
good.
history. Ooh, why is everything blue? Should not be blue.
It is. All of it's blue.
Hmm.
It wasn't bad though.
Mm-mm.
Because it goes with the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got like a good orange, you got a good gray going on there, and a tan. It all fits.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
From a
What do you think about
distance,
the
it kind
white
of looks
outline?
black.
Yeah.
Mm, I'm not crazy about it.
No. Okay.
I think it would work better having it be the outline between the like orangish part, yeah,
Yeah.
and the black and the tan and the black or gray. I
That
think it would work
one
better.
color.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what? Let me just do. I'll make a new layer for that.
Whenever you're done cleaning up that part, I'm really interested to see what this looks like with the line art taken away.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Talking to Eighth while you were gone, and I was like, this is looking okay on like the front half so far, but the back's looking kind of blank. But I like to let
Yeah.
we'll
We
kind
gotta
of do
figure
their
out
thing and
something for
figure
the
it out.
back.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
there.
It's like I
I
think
don't
without the line
know.
art though, it's gonna get kind of samey.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it right now. It looks.
Yeah. Mm-mm. That's not
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. Thank you. Come again.
Hmm.
Here, let me turn off the line art real quick.
I love the skin tone you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you want me to keep that, or do you want me to?
No, 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 no. We definitely need to blend it with something else, but I just realized that.
I'm just trying to take from the tail of the command web, but I don't think it's gonna
Yeah.
work.
Hmm.
And,
Um, hmm. Turn the line art back on. You think maybe a banding on the tail might look good?
that's what I was thinking about.
And like when I say banding, like not on the fur, just on the
Just on the scales, some
yeah, the
scales. Yeah.
scales part.
Do you want me to try with that white color, or do you want me to do the black or the orange?
Hmm. It's a tough call.
Well, here I'll
Hmm.
try with the black first. I mean, if you don't like it, I can always convert it to orange. I don't.
Yeah.
Looking at it, I don't think the orange is going to work, but we can give it a shot.
I'm thinking too, like not a solid band going all the way from like top to bottom, but like kind of a
Yeah,
broken up sort of band,
yeah. So yeah, I'll just start from this one.
which you're really good at.
Hey, thank you. I try. It doesn't always work, but I try.
I think it's the spastic nature of your mouse when you're able to do that.
Yeah, that's
It
exactly
helps a
it.
lot. Hmm. Okay. Uh,
Keep going.
I think you might have them too close together. Like space them out a little bit more. Like like maybe do because I see where you were doing like you got one scoot,
and then
two
just leave.
on the do like two in between maybe on the top.
Oh, on top.
Yeah, not from the bottom. The bottom would be way too far apart. And then let's see. Yeah.
We'll move this.
Have it instead of going to that one, can you stretch it to go into the one to the right of it? Just the bottom part. Just kind of thinking about how the tail's going. Yeah, so going from that one to that one instead. Or actually, in between kind of works too. I kind of like that. Yeah, that's perfect spacing there. So just kind of keep that going down the tail.
Yeah, I think with these colors, the orange would not have worked at all.
Mm-mm. Well, your
Unless you
orange
wanted,
color in that is more of your like detail color, and I don't think there's really
yeah,
anywhere you can detail it well.
still looking good.
Yes, and I had an idea. Um,
Oh no, I'm scared.
from the top of the tail, if you zoom out just a little bit more, not all the way though, just kind of keep only the tail in focus. Can you
Just
move your,
really,
yeah, keep following, stop. Oop, go back. Keep going back, keep going back. Right there. Right about there, down to the tip of the tail, could you include maybe a little bit of that orange color that you got at the head?
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Kind of like what is that patterning called when they have the tail kind of look like the head? Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
where
I know
like the
exactly
colors
what you're talking
copy from
about.
one to the other. Yeah,
Yeah, like a shingleback skink.
exactly. Yep. Just kind of have maybe that going on. That might work. And give it a shot. I think you curved that one a little bit too much.
I don't know.
No, no, there we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
worked. All right, I think from there those should just like start going straight down. Yeah. Let's see. One, two. Yeah. Hmm. Try putting the orange there and then do the dark over top it.
Blink.
Oh,
Blink.
that lagged for a split second.
It's fine. It's fine.
I could hear you doing things, but the stream didn't catch up until like you got the color.
Stream 7, just a moment.
He's having
Mm.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually. Oof, wow.
Oh dear.
It's
Do you
really
need
having
me
a
to
hard time.
restart?
You might need to, yeah. We're getting a yellow exclamation point at the top.
Hmm. There's an ace in my lap. Hello.
Yeah, it's my connection.
So,
Alright.
I don't know why my connection.
5 o'clock. It says it's quitting time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm?
you might need to leave the call completely, Arch.
The stage, you mean?
Or it's stage, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's not loading your stream at all.
Mm-mm. Oh, you just being so sweet. So sweet.
That
Oh, yep, he's turned into a robot
Oh boy.
completely.
Yep.
The robots have taken Arch.
All the Sukas, they've come for him.
Rip.
They're dragging him back into the water. Oh, whoa.
Oh,
You see that? Two arches in the
there is
audience.
two arches. What?
Uh-oh. And he hasn't raised his hand yet.
Hmm.
I think his internet may be going out.
Perhaps. Maybe we continue this next week.
We might actually have to end it right here.
Yeah.
Kind of an abrupt ending, but
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Okay, yeah, so we'll
okay.
call this one
Yeah.
here for now and continue next week, or would you rather have him do something else next week?
Next week I'm going to have Arch like off stream. Oh God,
Mm-hmm.
two arches still. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Oh,
hmm. Oh,
all right.
okay.
Having a
Maybe. Or
maybe.
maybe not.
Hey,
Uh?
did that work?
Oh, okay.
Oh, oh, oh.
Okay.
Fine.
All right.
I think we're back in business.
Don't say that. We might have a raptor pop out from behind you.
I mean, I've got a monster in my lap at the moment, so.
Kudos to anyone who got that reference.
So I see Jay has typed something in the chat, but I do not see Jay in the audience.
How does
Hello?
that look with the rest of the body?
It needs a little something along the back.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
What I
agree.
think I might do, I might drag this color all the way down to the tail.
Okay.
Let's see how that looks.
Hello?
First, though, I'm going to enrich this color a little bit more.
Once you start, you got a meeting to go through.
I've been yawning all day.
That looks a bit better.
Yeah, that definitely helped.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll do too is make that for color. It's gonna blend though.
You take the dark navy color and color in those larger decorational scales that are on the side.
Yeah, do that. I was actually just about to
I
ask
don't
him
know
about
how it
those.
would look, but
We
Yeah,
can
we can give
see.
them a shot.
Mm-hmm. Ace, ow. That's my hand, you Oh. Hi. Are you mad because I moved you?
injustice.
Mm-hmm. I do is move him up so he'd be a little more comfortable. So that I am holding him in my arm. Hi. Boop. No. You don't seem too mad. Because I'm giving you attention, sir. Such a warm boy. Warm boy.
I saw those on the neck too that
I would
I'll have
leave
to
him.
work on. Leave those.
I would leave him.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll just be too congested.
Yeah, it would be too much in one place. I actually kind of even like that with just the dots. That's kind of
Two.
cool.
Well, then, do you want me to leave these?
Turn off the line art. Let's see how it looks, because that's really the judge of this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that looks kind of cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave it at that then?
Well, I meant like the just doing the smaller scales
Yeah.
instead of the large ones on the side. Yeah, just leave it like that with the smaller
Okay.
ones. Don't bother with
Okay.
the big ones.
I think it might be detail work time.
Oh boy.
I think one more thing before you get to just detail
Oops. Yee.
would be I kind of like the armband that the eater has on its wrist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you could include that, that'd be cool.
Just wrong layer. Like hands and the feet sees dark too. How the anteaters have got.
Yeah, that'll help it a little bit.
Well, what you think?
Make the
Smaller
band go
armband?
all the way around the wrist.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think it's eating too much of that color.
Yeah,
Let me zoom out. Thank you.
can you zoom in on the neck a little closer? Does the liner have those little scales like it does on the? I don't think it does. I think it's only those.
And these scales here?
Yeah, well, the smaller ones, kind of like how you did on the. It doesn't,
Yeah.
but could you do kind of the same thing going on the neck
Yeah.
with those? Yeah, obviously much smaller, but you know, I feel like that would help tie it together.
Mm-hmm. I got an idea for the skin name too.
Oh,
Pompous.
pompous? What?
Yeah, like the pampas grass.
I, I don't even know what that is.
You
Let's
never.
see.
Oh, oh.
Oh, I know what that
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
yeah,
We had that all over where I used to live.
yeah. Memory serves. Pampas grass is actually from South America. I forget what region of South America though. There's a. Actually, no. That yeah, we either call this the pampas skin or the pantanal because it kind of looks like a little bit like a mixture of a jaguar, a tamandua, and a giant anteater.
Oh, you're about as heavy as a bowling ball, sir.
Yeesh.
It's getting hard for me to hold him with one arm, so I have to use both.
Let's do fewer spots on the neck arch, but make them larger. I think they're just too small at this point. You
Yeah,
just would not notice them.
Especially since this is a scaled down version of the one that Cass had.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, miss, I will put so many details into this. Cause
on
people's
a
computers to crash with just line art.
on a 4,000 by what was it?
It's like 4,000 by
2K, I think.
yeah, 4K by 2K, something like that.
Oof,
4K by 25K.
something like
Better.
that.
Yeah, they're more visible now.
Okay.
Hmm.
There's this bit of rugoseness on the top of the skull here. Do you want me to do something with that? Make it more brightly colored?
Mm, you could if you wanted to. I think it
'Cause,
wouldn't hurt anything.
that's that. It's not too much, but it's
Yeah. I'd say definitely at this point start doing detail work.
got it.
And then after detail work, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! We can put this guy on the scale, and then the tier ones will be completed.
Yeah, yeah. We also have about 29 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That actually might be enough time if um, you want me to, Aperion, to get the tier 2 chart started with the base genomes.
Sure, if you think you got enough time. How much can you get done in 30 minutes? And here we see Arch beginning to rush. Him going at full speed.
Noom.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get all these lines here on the face done first. Or face and the neck done first. Obviously, thin some lines out. What these plates on the side make me think of?
What's that?
Bear off.
I can see it. He's just a sleepy boy.
How does that look so far, Perion? Just the head and the neck.
What'd you say?
How does that look so far with just the head and the neck?
Mm,
Oh,
You
welcome
make
back.
me weird. There.
what?
Talk about the detailing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How does that look so far?
Zoom into more of just the head and neck region. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Maybe touch up a bit of your colors though. I think I see some bleeding into the areas. Yeah, like that
Nice
line
together.
between. Yeah, this is very rough.
Yeah. It's more like a carrot moon that I kind of. God, this thing's hands are so weird.
In that they're not even posed correctly. Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Oh?
The hands are supposed to be in. For some reason, I don't know why. It was just one of those days where Casper, you could tell her a concept, but you couldn't process really what you were saying. So instead of
Ah.
having the hands turned inwards towards the body and it walking on its knuckles, instead she did them forwards, walking on its knuckles. So
So wait, the fingers are supposed to be backwards?
the
No.
fingers are supposed to be pointed inwards towards themselves.
Yeah. So you would just see the knuckles on the hand here, like how it is in the anteater.
Hmm.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Exactly. Because the claws are on the inside, touching the
Yeah.
palm and forearm.
Oh, well.
This cat literally just said, I'm gonna lick myself and fall back to sleep.
So in other words, Perion, what you're saying, what's happened is that this thing's wrists are broken.
Yep, they're technically broken right now. It's getting the old Jurassic Park treatment.
Yeah. It's got tappers, not clappers.
Hmm. I think this was before though, like she started doing like anatomy lessons with like you and whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
some things were lost in translation. There's another one too where we were explaining the wrist structure, and as we were trying to explain it, for some reason, it just wouldn't work in Casper's
I
head.
think it was Echo Tooth because those extra digits it's kind of got.
Which is hilarious because the original design that those extra fingers came from, she was the one that made it. So
Yeah,
it was always funny whenever I was going back and forth with her in the design with the extra fingers. I was like, I would really like for us to keep like your original design's fingers, even though the rest of the body was wrong. And she keeps on like including them in with the rest of the hand. I'm like, no, they're not attached there. They're like weirdly attached to the wrist instead of further up on the hand.
they're not actual fingers. They're like
No,
they're just elongated wrist bones. What Yi and other sensory pterygiids have got.
exactly. Yeah, that took a minute for us to get that one right.
I think didn't I actually bring up Yi to her?
You did,
And I
and it
think
didn't
wasn't
click.
that like, huh?
And it didn't click for a second.
Oh, okay.
Then she
I
got
was
it
gonna say, yeah, I
because
had
you
to
brought
show
it up to
her.
her the first time, and she said, "Yeah, uh-huh, okay," but then didn't really process what you were saying. And then
She was
later
just
on,
kind of
she
like
comes back to me and
autopilot.
she's like, "I remember what Arch was saying," and yes, that is what we were looking for. I was like, "Yes, yes, 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 that's it."
No one listens to the ginger.
Oh, she gets it, but
She does.
not
Takes
always
I
a
right
know.
while.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, we love her to death though.
Yes.
Yep. I think Rupture Talon was another one that really messed her up.
Because they had the same kind of a thing going on with the
Mm-hmm.
hands.
Yep, where the hands are inwards, they're not down.
Mm-hmm. I think she had a bit. Something with the hatchet crest too, right?
No, Patrick Crest she was able to
No,
get the whole time.
I think thinking of
Um,
somebody.
well, with Hatchet Crest though, there was a little bit of just it was from me, it wasn't from her. It was me going, how do I translate what I want this thing to do, like into words so someone can understand and create it artistically? Because it was the whole thing how it's got the hidden sort of claw that
Yeah, because
came from the
the
frogs. I'm like trying to explain how that works.
yeah somebody mentioned something about Odegarin. I think.
Yeah, that was for Rupture Talon. Because
Oh,
Rupture
was that?
Talon kind of has that
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on.
that's right. It
I
was.
vaguely remember that. I think that was me.
Yeah.
It's so
No,
fun
that.
going back and
Hmm.
so it's so fun going back and having memories of working on these animals.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes the other leg. Just stretched out.
What was another one? There was one that you had worked on, Arch, where we obviously had, the base creatures down, but for some reason in your head, you just could not create a hybrid with what was given. Like, what you presented was basically just the base genome animal. And I was like, hmm, well, okay. We need more than that.
Ruin
Which one was
Quill.
it? Yeah, it was. You just basically gave us a terror bird again. It was like, hmm, we need a little bit more than that.
Can you blame me? It was two birds.
It was, yeah. And then another one that caused a lot of frustration was when we were doing, wow, Resonance Claw, that one. And like you and I, Arch, we got the idea down of like what it should like kind of have as far as like its ears, quote unquote, and head and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. And like
And
we
Cass just
knew. Well, yeah, and Cass got it too. But like before then, because Cass was busy, so we obviously had all the other
yeah,
artists work. and whatnot. Nobody else could get what you and I were talking about.
God, I can't wait to work on that one. I really can't wait to work on that
Oh yeah, you're kind of biased there though.
one. No,
In
maybe.
fact, actually, that one kind of only exists because of you. So,
Yeah, that's true because we had Echo Tooth, and you were just like, I can't think of anything to branch off of Echo Tooth, and it was just like, hear me out. What if this?
yep, exactly. Yeah, you and Witch were a big part of that one being created.
Yeah.
What was another one where like communication just wasn't working? Just for the YouTube record, if you ever decide to do a game or a project or any sort of media that has any creative creatures in it, you're going to come across these roadblocks. And in order for you to create your product, you're going to have to get over them. So,
Yeah.
like what we're talking about, like the miscommunication between like what a creature should, look like or do or whatever, it's going to happen. Like, guaranteed. What was the other one? There was another one though that it just was not working well.
The Spiny Ruse?
Spiny Ruse? I mean, kind of, but that one was more so just like we didn't really know what we wanted to do with it.
True.
And then the concepts that did get created, like, and that one was weird too. So we have this like creative process whenever we're making a new design for a creature where it passes from one artist to the other, and the next artist that takes over it adds to what the previous artist had based on my feedback. So if, let's say Arch, because Arch is actually always the one to start them, if Arch starts it, and I say from Arches, okay, I like the head design and the leg design, and I want to keep what he added in for this part of the body. Then it passes off to the next artist, and then the next artist, I give feedback on that design, so on and so forth. For that one, for some reason though, I would give feedback like at each stage for each person, but instead of the person taking the feedback that I gave, they would just go off way in the other direction, and I would always be like, okay, so this is a completely new creature, but I do like this from it. Let's just take that, and then I'll move on to the next artist. So the next artist goes way off into left field with it. And I'm like, okay, that's great, guys, but let's bring it back in.
There was one creature, I forget who it was. It might have been the Spiny Ruse, where we had a fairly good design, and I think it was like round two of working on it,
Mhm.
and I had just gotten back to me. I had sent it, and then the next person, who it was either Shez or
Wasn't this the Weaver, actually?
no,
No, Weaver,
no,
we had a pretty solid one by the time
yeah.
it
Oh.
was.
Because I remember what you guys were talking about. I was like, I can't remember what it was.
I need to do some detailing on the fur on the underbelly here.
I agree. Yeah, it looks kind of blank.
Blech. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
As you were saying, though.
Ow. Sorry, Ace
No.
moved and now my arm muscles
I heard.
locked up.
I just, as everyone goes, as you were saying, I just hear from your mic.
Yeah, Kitty's starting to be annoying now. Ay.
I think kind of the smaller strokes arch are what you want to
Yeah.
go for. Those look way better than the thicker ones.
I was mainly looking at the direction.
Oh, like the direction they should be
Yeah, the
facing.
direction.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha, gotcha. In your opinion, Arch, which creature during the creation process has been like the most frustrating one for you to work on? Like, we're not talking like you
That's a
doing the skins like you are now. This
yeah.
is like from nothing to creating something.
God, who all we got? We've done so many.
I know. That's why you have a large pool to pull from.
Yeah, yeah. I
Unless that many have made you frustrated, in which case, yikes. So maybe we need to relook at how we do things.
well, a lot of them though they've been the majority of them have just been like, oh, okay, this design is really good. I like this, that, and the other thing. Let's move on to the next creature. It
Hmm.
hasn't. We haven't really gotten anything that's specific that I can remember. That's
I
been
think
like,
a lot of it too, though, has been just as we've gone on and gotten through more of the tiers. I think you guys know what I want and what is kind of expected as far as the art style goes.
mm-hmm,
So as we've gotten like back in the past, we do like several rounds going through the artist, like over and over and over again until finally a design was settled on. But now it's more like it goes through each artist like once and then it
once,
goes to Cass.
yeah, maybe twice if we're not exactly getting it.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, no, I know exactly who the hardest one to work on was for me. Acropluma.
God. Yeah, I can see that. That one stumped quite a few of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking about.
Like, what were you thinking about? Like, that people that they were just getting stuck on it and kind of frustrated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
that one was one of the ones where I just had to call it where I said, all right, we're just gonna stop here because like
Mm-hmm.
nothing's getting done with this. And we'll just let Cass work on it.
yeah. Why is it? Why is it bleeding over into the? It shouldn't be bleeding over into
Bitch, we
the
got the
front.
design that we finally settled on that you guys got to see in stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you
Mm,
not?
Go back and watch that on the YouTube channel.
So my plan is now Saturday mornings after the week is when I'm gonna do the videos.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not waiting like a week and a half later to get them uploaded. uh,
Do you want me to even bother with the darker part here? I
No,
don't
yeah,
think so.
don't
Yeah.
like you can go into like, yeah, that shaded part or whatever, but like you're not gonna be able to
Yeah.
see it inside there. Also, what's in the darker area? I think there's like a little bit of weird, almost scribbling going on.
a little scrimblue.
Yeah, it was like right near the end of the tail. Yeah, right there. You can see it on the edge of the fur.
I'm blind. I don't.
You might need to
Oh.
sit back in your chair to see it. Or yeah, zoom out. You can see it like right underneath this third to last stripe. It's definitely there because I can see
Oh,
it
I
when you,
think I see
yeah,
it. Yeah,
right
right
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. Oh, you know what? I think that's the fur layer. I'll have to go back and touch that up real quick. Kind of. No. Okay, because it's not there. Maybe.
The artist struggle of what
Mm.
layer is this on?
Where did
Yeah,
this
no
get put?
kidding.
No.
Wait a minute.
Ice relates. Uh,
Hmm. Where did Arch put this?
oh dear.
No, not there. Oh,
Oh, what?
that.
Huh?
Yeah, that would probably be it.
Yeah.
Wait, unless that was you just now when you were Yeah, because that wasn't
No.
it. I can see what you're doing, but like it's
Yeah.
not
Hold on.
changing
I'm
it
gonna
at all.
try.
Yeah.
Let's try something.
Oh,
Did that fix it?
it now we can see what you did before. So if you go back whenever you were trying to cover it up and then you do whatever you just did, that should work.
Yeah, because now I've lost it.
Oh, wait, yeah, whatever you're doing, you're actually editing it. Maybe do a little bit more blending on that area. That should hopefully. Ooh, oh, never mind. That's kind of making it worse.
I don't see
It's
it
picking
at
up an
all.
orange color though.
Yeah, I do not see it at all anymore.
Well, it moved up now.
I'm at. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Because it's the fur layer itself, because of where it was at the very edge there,
Hmm.
where it meets the body. Color. Yeah.
Okay, wait. When you zoom out, I can't see it anymore. We'll just leave it like that.
Mhm.
Okay. My hands are off the keyboard. They're off the mouse.
The hands are
What do you
up.
think?
I think you're good.
All right. Well, then I will just go
Actually,
ahead.
can you make the eye a little bit more noticeable by
Different
chance?
color.
Yeah, I think maybe a different color. Help it pop a little bit.
You could do like a bluish, maybe. Like a very light blue.
Yeah,
Or
blue
like a
might
light
help.
green.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. I know what to do. No, I don't want that. I'm in a situation.
Oh yeah, there we go. I mean, still small, but you can kind of see it.
Yeah. It stands out a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it chart time?
It's chart
Yes.
time. With 5 minutes left.
With line art. Oh, there that was. Out. File open. Like a Pandora. Or as I have it, as WAP. Tier 1 size chart.
Here we go.
Final one. It's the final hybrid. Sounds like 1.5 times larger than what it needs to be. Still too big. Let me try shrinking it a little bit more.
Yep. That's what it says.
Okay. Well, there we go.
There we are.
That's everybody.
Done.
Yay!
I'm probably going to go back. I'll probably need your help with this. Carry on. Going back and reorganizing everybody because, like, you can't see the base genomes for a good chunk of them.
Yeah.
So what I'll probably wind up doing is probably try moving every. Or actually, let me try to move the hybrids back real quick. That really didn't do a whole lot.
We may just not have to include base genomes anymore,
That's true.
Hmm.
or do two separate.
Or I could just make the canvas really, really tall and just have the base genomes above.
True, you could.
Let me try that real quick. Wait, let me get
Ice said, "Well done, Arch.
Art.
Arc.
na, na,
Art was
na,
fine.
na, na, na,
Its
na,
brain is short
na.
circuiting. Don't worry about it." Oh, thank you, Ice. Thank you.
Right, let me just kind of. How's that?
Yeah, cool.
Well then,
And
I guess
maybe
I'll
put
just.
like a black line or something underneath them so they
Yeah.
don't look like they're just hovering.
Oh.
Or as Joe and Cass would say, "Dorime."
Yeah. All right. That's everybody.
Maybe shrink the canvas a touch too.
Let's see, let's try 1500.
Oh,
Nope.
Oh.
and the
Just
nothing
not
I
for
just lost his
Nykus.
head.
Uh,
Oh,
there,
there we
there
go.
we go.
All right.
Very good.
All right.
I think we do need to do some arrangement or do the thing we did last time and give one or two of them an outline so they don't blend into each other.
Yeah, I think what we should probably do is because really the only two that I can see that are kind of blending into one another is the Nox Hopper and the Whip Tongue.
Yeah.
Mm.
So hold on.
You could move Nox Hopper up and then probably behind Cone Claw.
I'm thinking moving everybody forward just a little
Boing.
Yeah, now that you don't have to worry
bit. Yeah,
about
no, we
any of
don't have
the
to worry
base
about
species
the.
being there.
Yeah. Yes, there's Tonic Nymph.
Boing.
Banehorn. Why is Banehorn? Banehorn, why are you not?
Move Banehorn further forward.
Double
There you go,
boing.
so you can at least, yeah, see its head.
Yeah. Move Chimkin. Move Knotstopper.
Oh, you know what you could? Yeah, move
There you
Ruin
go.
Quill in front. There we go.
Ruin Quill.
Or not Ruin Quill, Ripplebeak. Ugh. I do that all the time with the two of them. It's because they both are R's. Ugh.
Rah 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 rah.
Actually, that's still kind of blending in the
Yeah.
tail.
Well, move Echo Tooth in front of Cane Tail, and keep Cane Tail behind Echo Tooth. Of course, you know, like moving forward and whatnot, but
Boing.
How's that?
mm,
Eh.
move Hatchet Crest further forward until it's kind of between Ripplebeak and Ruin Quill, and then of course move it behind them. Okay.
A hair on your brain, okay? Question from Ice.
That's better. Kind of. We have this
Yeah.
problem child in the back.
Oh, they're fine. They actually don't look that bad.
Mm-mm.
If you move them further forward, that leg won't blend in as much. Hmm. This brings me back to your chart days.
Ugh, yeah. Hold on.
Okay. What about moving Paintail to where, or his head to where Echo Tooth is, and then moving Echo Tooth back? You'll figure it out. Let him cook.
The gears in my head, they are turning. Oh, what the hell?
What? Oh, what is that?
I have no clue. Oh, you know what?
Hmm.
That's probably from when the canvas was massive.
Oh,
Just, there we go.
lightage beyond.
I'll need to. This tail's gonna get chopped up.
Mm, move Hatchet Crest a little bit further forward then. Because right there, his neck starts to blend in with Hatchet Crest's thigh. Never mind, that just happens anyway, because they're very close in color. Well, I say you should go in the recording aid, and we'll figure this out off stream.
Yes, because I.
It'll be posted anyway.